As of May 24, 2021, the whole world has recorded COVID-19 cases of 166,699,134, which is one-third of the total cases of Spanish flu infecting from 1918 to 1920. 3,454,000 have died due to COVID-19, which is a very small portion of total death due to Spanish flu, which has killed 17 to 100 million people. In Asia, India is a country that suffers the most. India becomes the second country after United States with the highest COVID-19 cases. Not only that, India is the only Asian country in the top 15 with COVID-19 cases. Welcome to For Smart People channel. Please click like if you like the video, dislike if you don't like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our new upcoming videos tailored just for you, the smart people. Now, how strong are the countries that used to belong to ex-Majapahit Empire? Majapahit was the name of a giant empire found in 1293 which reigned throughout Southeast Asia. The empire covered the areas of Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, and Brunei. The capital city was located in Trowulan, East Java, Indonesia. That means the civilization in these countries have been very old, if not super old. At least during the Majapahit's era, the civilization had been exposed to medical treatment, of course in primitive way. The civilization became more modern after Hayam Wuruk became the emperor and achieved the only Majapahit's golden era. Almost 300 years later, this civilization started to know a more modern Western healthcare provision. Among these countries, Philippines is the country that found the first hospital and which was established in 1565 by military. The name of the hospital was Hospital Real, and unfortunately, the hospital collapsed to ground due to earthquake in 1863. More than 250 years after the first establishment of the first hospital in Philippines, Singapore became a second country that owned a Western hospital which was established in 1821 and still exists until today. The name of the hospital was General Hospital. About 16 years after the first hospital of Singapore, Malaysia established the first hospital in 1880 and named it as Yonghua Hospital, which later became Taiping Hospital. Taiping Hospital still exists until today. About 7 years after the first establishment of the first hospital of Malaysia, Indonesia established the first hospital in 1887 and named it as Milifer Hospital, which later became Dustira Hospital and still exists until today. About 2 years after the first establishment of the first hospital of Indonesia, Brunei Darussalam established the first hospital in 1889 and named it Kajang Hospital and still exists until today. The oldest hospital in Brunei Darussalam is the youngest among these countries. Now, Kajang Hospital is around 131 years old, and the hospitals in Malaysia and Indonesia are now older than 140 years. Meanwhile, the General Hospital in Singapore is around 200 years old, although the first hospital in Philippines has collapsed after reaching 298 years old. The exposure to Western healthcare provision has been 456 years old. That said, Philippines has the oldest hospital, aging 219 years old, and the longest experience in healthcare provision, for 456 years. If you are interested in looking at more facts, let's dig some more data. After India, Indonesia is the next country listed in the top 20 of COVID-19 cases with a total cases of 1,758,898, while Philippines follow Indonesia with 1,178,217. Malaysia ranked third after Indonesia and Philippines with total cases of 505,115. Finally, Singapore and Brunei have the least total cases of 61,799 and 235 respectively. Well, you're probably gonna say that the infection of COVID-19 has nothing to do with the age of the hospital. Yes, of course! So let's go deeper. Now let's see how hospitals and other healthcare providers take care of these cases. Let me bring you the recovery rate of all these 5 countries. Singapore has the highest recovery rate of 99.16%, following Singapore are Brunei and Philippines with the rates of 95.32% and 93.70%. And finally, the country with the lowest rate are Indonesia and Malaysia with the rates of 92.19% and 88.94% respectively. Indeed, the age of hospital only matters in Singapore case, given the facts that after Philippines, Singapore has the oldest hospital. On the other hand, Philippines, the country with more than 460 years experience in healthcare provision, ranked the third in recovery rates. Surprisingly, Brunei has the second highest recovery rate, despite the fact that the oldest hospital in Brunei is the youngest among others. That's interesting, right? Let's dig some more. Now let's see the capacity of healthcare provision of these countries. Let me present you the ratio of doctors over population in these countries. This is to show how many doctors are available for every 1,000 people. Singapore ranked the highest ratio of 2.51, which means that for every 1,000 people, there are more than 2 doctors that are ready to provide healthcare. Malaysia ranked the second highest with the ratio of 1.66. Brunei followed with 1.61. Indonesia came next with 0.68, and Philippines placed the last with 0.4. FYI, any number below 1 means that for every 1,000 people, almost no doctor is available. It's very surprising that Philippines, which is a country that has the most experience, has the lowest ratio. Only less than 4 doctors available for every 100 people, which is far below Singapore with 25 doctors for every 100 people. So we can say that Singapore is the most consistent country in providing healthcare over time to wrap up the age of hospital that does not guarantee how well the country provides healthcare. Keep in mind that solving this COVID-19 issue is not a competition. Those who succeed shall not boast of themselves. COVID-19 is not an enemy of a specific country. It is the enemy of human beings. Let's fight together and help each other. Let's keep having positive thinking and always be thankful to God. At last, let's give big appreciation and applause to the governments, medical staffs, and the people of Brunei Darussalam, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, as well as all other countries in the world who have fought and are fighting the COVID-19 for the sake of the love of human beings. Remember, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love Him. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be the first one knowing our new videos. Please click the like button if you like our video or dislike if you dislike. Don't forget to leave us comments down below if you want us to discuss something you'd like to hear. Thank you and may God bless you.